All right, welcome back to Daytime Tri-Cities. Once again, we're live in Kingsport for the kickoff, the big kickoff of this historical event, a 250-mile trek as we retrace. It is the Boone Trace Commemoration, 250 years. Once again, we have John Miele here with us. And John, we were talking about just the historical significance. How cool for these hikers to be able to retrace this exploration.
Oh, absolutely, Amy. It has been 6 months of learning about this trail and being able to share that with the hikers and the communities around us. There's so much history here, and I've spent 6 months learning all these little pieces, places we drive by every day that we don't know about. It's been amazing, and I've been reading through this book from Randall Jones, In the Footsteps of Daniel Boone, and it has been kind of my guide in this whole thing to learn about where Boone went. 1775 was a long time ago, and it didn't look like where we are today.
Yeah, no trails.
No trails, none of these buildings.
Yeah.
It's a completely different landscape. So going through that and having the hikers look back and think, how did this look 250 years ago, is it's an experience. It really is.
And we actually have, to commemorate everything, on this relay hike, because they're going to go about 10 miles every day, and they're taking this axe with them, and then they will hand it off.
That is right. This is a commemorative axe. It was built by the artisans out at Martin Station at Wilderness Road State Park. They didn't want to take a actual historic artifact with them, so they made a replica of what would have been carried by people during that time. And it's about, I think they said, around 1/3 to 2/3 the size. We made it a little smaller so that they can carry it on their way. But we're going to pass this from one group to another, and then this is going to be displayed at Fort Boonesboro at the end of the hike. And then our plan after this is to pass it around to the different sites so that we can continue this commemoration. It's just a really neat thing that they've built, and as close to historically accurate as possible.
That is really cool. And of course, you mentioned the book, and we actually have the author here with us today talking a little bit about the historical significance of what that has meant. And it sounds like you have spent many years, Randall, learning about the impact that this has had really on shaping the entire country.
Well, yes, I have. And this, Daniel Boone is America's pioneer hero, and his life is our introduction into the American Revolution. Daniel Boone was already on the banks of the Kentucky River at the time of Lexington and Concord. So that's how we tie in with the American Revolution. And this book tells his entire life story by putting his life on the landscape, and it takes the reader to 100 sites spread across 11 states where they'll see markers, monuments, plaques, historic homes, and replica forts, and they can be in his footsteps. And then you read the episodes and adventures of his life, and what a remarkable life it was. Born in 1734, and he died a few weeks shy of his 86th birthday. And the landscape that we have in Eastern America today, where people can go and be in his footsteps, covers 11 states. So all of us have an opportunity to connect with the American Revolution and the life of Daniel Boone by following in his footsteps.
And of course, that connection really happening here today. We were talking a little bit about the ceremony. Here's how the day is going to go. 10 o'clock, you can start taking tours here at the Netherland Inn. Of course, such a historic point. I'm sure that is in the book there that Randall has written. Also going to be talking about how they're kicking that off with the hikers this morning, and then they will start out on that 250-mile hike all the way up into Kentucky that will last into June. Hey, you can follow it along. They've got a great website, an interactive map. It points out all the different stops. There are 46 of them. You can find that on the website that's posted right there on your screen.